So guys, the government just made a big change. They're moving the first home buyer guarantee for first home buyers. They're moving it early from January next year to October this year. Really big news for first home buyers. Hey guys, Scott here with another daily property update coming to you from the beautiful Bankstown Golf Course. Let's go. The government is bringing forward its 5% deposit scheme to October the 1st, 2025. That means you, if you're a first home buyer, could be in your home sooner with a lot less savings. This is going to have a massive impact on the market, and actually this is going to be launching right at the spring season, the peak of the market every single year. Now guys, before you rush in, here's what's changing and why renters actually still have a hidden advantage. So buying is not necessarily the best move for everyone, but let me break that down. So what's changing? The first home guarantee, part of the home guarantee program, will now start this October, not next year. Key changes include there's going to be no income caps and no location limits. You can buy with just a 5% deposit and avoid paying lender's mortgage insurance. There are now higher property caps. So in Sydney, you can now buy up to 1.5 million. Brisbane's around 1 million. Melbourne, around about that 1 million mark as well. I'll put this chart up so you can see the exact numbers. And the government says this will help an extra 20,000 first-home buyers enter the market sooner, saving Aussies about 1.5 billion in lender's mortgage insurance. Now, I just want to do this renter versus owner reality check, guys, because here's something most people are actually missing right now. Renters are actually paying less to live in a property than owners are. Rents average around 2 to 4% of the value of the property every single year to live in it and rent it. That property is not your responsibility, the insurance, the maintenance, and all of those things. A homeowner with a 95% mortgage is going to be paying 6, 7, 8% of the value of that property every single year to own it. So the difference is something between 4 and possibly 8%. So the cost of living in a home as an owner could potentially be double the amount of your rent. You see, this is why there's always been 25% to 30% renters, because most people at some stage in their life are looking to rent because they're looking to reduce their cash flow. They don't want the burden or the expense, the monthly cash flow pressure of owning. Renting is not necessarily bad. And in fact, many models do show that if you were to rent for 2 to 4% and invest the rest of your cash flow into investment property as a rent investor, or even in other places, you can actually have more wealth in 10, 15, 20, 30 years than if you were to own your home. So what's the smart play? Renters know that you're not throwing money away as a renter. Renting at 2 to 4% can actually be cheaper than owning until you're ready. Use that time to save and invest strategically. Do consider rent vesting and look up my video on rent vesting. First home buyers, if you're stable in your job and ready for the long haul, October gives you a real chance to buy with less deposit. Investors, expect more competition from first home buyers, especially in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and even Perth. Yes, this will increase prices. So there is going to be a boost and there's going to be a lot of competition in the sub 1.5 million in Sydney and the sub 1 million mark in the other capital cities. Expect to see house prices in those areas jump between $50,000 and $200,000 depending on the area between October and March next year. Remember guys, that this incentive to get more people into the property market does not solve our supply crisis. It only helps more people get into the market. And in a market with a very limited supply of new property coming onto the market, this will only increase prices. Guys, I'll put the links to these changes so you can check them out. Make sure to hit the like button. It really helps get these videos out, and subscribe so that you can get your daily property updates so that you can be a property insider. Take care, everyone.